Rachel, Meghan Markle.
Do I make you horny?
Object in life was to be Diana.
You absolute dickheads. Are you some kind of moron?
How dare you?
Meghan. You're like, Meghan, one tear, left eye, go. Give me 3 seconds. Meghan.
Thank you for bringing me on this very special date night. I've got an idea. It's brilliant. It's brilliant, May.
What do you think about destroying the royal family?
There's no bad weather, just bad clothing. I've had it before too.
How do you feel about being part of two broken family?
Don't do that. Destroying the royal family.
It's me. One question. Is he stupid?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, what's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing? Folks, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being part of the show. Hope everybody's doing great. This is a big show, and this is a monumental day, and this is what they would call an awakening, a moment of clarity, if you will. The mainstream media, I'm using air quotes here, is coming around the bend. They're turning the corner. They're actually saying the quiet part out loud. Now, on one hand, I'm like, well, congratulations, welcome to Earth. And on the flip side of that coin, I'm like, don't hurt yourself, don't hurt your arm patting yourself on the back, okay? Because we've been talking about this for like 3 years. Here's the other deal. Why, I don't know, maybe it is just the mainstream media or whatever. It always seems like it takes this extreme amount, you know what I mean, for them to acknowledge something. And I could give you, a million scenarios, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Anyways, so on a mainstream UK channel, okay, they actually say the quiet part out loud. I will play that in a minute, but before I get to that, there are some things that are so painfully obvious. If you just do some simple math, just think about this, okay? This is regarding, obviously, the alleged children, all right? Think about this, okay? Scheissmeist had a contract with Trevor, okay? First of all, she was already moving up in the world. She's marrying a producer, okay? She needs the work. She needs somebody that's got some money. She marries him, so she's already social climate. By the way, they started dating in 2004 to 2010. I guess he, engaged. They get engaged in 2010. They get married in 2011. And she has him fill out this contract. You ready for this? Contract if they were to have children. Okay, so she sounds like she's all in for the children. He had to pay for a trainer, he had to pay for a nutritionist, and he also had to pay for a nanny. Now, here's a question. So she could get back into celebrity shape. My point is this. She allegedly has been in this Hollywood thing. This is her only job that she's done. She's, she does yoga, the whole thing, and all this other stuff. It's like, I don't really get it. You know what I mean? And by the way, think about this. You're a supposed actress, right? You've been on these shows and this and that and all this stuff. You're sweating a personal trainer? And it's like, don't you know what is healthy and what's not? I mean, for somebody that's in the business already? Doesn't that seem a little odd? The nanny? Okay, fine. I get. But do you need a contract for that? And so she can continue her powerful, actress career that's going, gangbusters here? And if it wasn't for him, allegedly, and his connection to getting her, allegedly getting her on Suits, what career is she going to be talking about here, okay? By the way, she was on that for, you know the deal. She was on that for whatever it was a minute and a half, an episode or something. Really taking up the screen time there on that, fabulous show. The other thing is this. So she's so down bad. By the way, how much is a personal trainer? Think about this. How much is a personal trainer a month? $1,000? $1,500? That's what she's sweating? Some Hollywood actress? That's what the big deal is? Then the nutritionist, like, you don't know how to eat already, dummy? You know what I mean? It's okay. Then think about this too. Don't forget, the eggs are frozen, right? The dad gets notified that the eggs are now, been taken out of the, the cryo chamber, obviously because he's footing the bill or something, allegedly. So what is she paying for? That's what I'm wondering. Did she have any money? Like, what is going on here? She's sweating By the way, I looked up how much it is to freeze eggs. And I'm sure every place is different. It was like $1,200 a year or something. It's like, no offense, you're gonna go through all that to freeze eggs and you're sweating $1,200 a year, $100 a month, and a personal trainer, and a By the way, how long do you need a personal trainer for? Isn't the whole job of a personal trainer to help you get into some routine, and once you've got it down, that you're done with them? Okay. Listen, Trevor. Listen, of course. Listen, silly bitch. Of course, I love you, right? I love you, but. How do I say this? I love my moving box body way better. Okay, please. I need to be in celebrity shape. Okay? I mean, I'm not in celebrity shape now, but I need to maintain this robot box body. Okay, Trev? So I can't risk it. Having your biscuit. Do you know what I'm saying, Trev? Please. I thought you loved me. What is love, Trev? Isn't it just two friends that are like ships passing in the night and one maybe takes the gold off the other boat? Isn't that how it goes, Trevor? What are you talking about? Listen, let's not split hairs here. Sign the contract. Then they're married for 2 years. That's how great that marriage was. How does that work? You date for 6 years, and then you get 2 years after putting that ring on, and then allegedly, so this lady is apparently, right, she's sweating the cryo chamber $1,200 a year bill, a personal trainer for whatever that is, 5 months, and a nutritionist. God knows what that can be. Once they build you a plan, isn't it over? I don't know. And it's just like, and then she allegedly FedExed the ring back? You're telling me she sent the ring back? This person that's nickel and diming, getting married to, oh, you're the love of my life, by the way. I also need bubblegum money, and I'm going to need about a $50 a week gas card. Can we throw that in the contract? Like, what are we talking about here? Okay? Red flag number 1. Okay? Number 2, think about this. She literally, her bump at certain points in time was like the size of like 2 butterball turkeys. Like she was smuggling 2 butterball turkeys. I mean, no offense. I don't think anybody's made this connection, but she could have been a butterball turkey smuggled. Nobody's putting that, nobody's connecting these dots. But anyways, I keep going. Think about this. At any point in time of all their events that they're walking around and she's as big as a house, did you ever in your life is there any video, please let me know, of H walking around the car, helping her out? No, she's bouncing in and out of the car, jumping in and out of the car on 4-inch heels, no problem. He's not helping her up the curb. You ever been with somebody that's injured, somebody you care about, whatever, it could be anything. They broke their toe, they stubbed or twisted their ankle or whatever. You're like, are you okay? You need help? You need help getting out of the car? Don't worry, we don't have to go. You know what I mean? She's going to all these things. He never once assists her. He's never once, like, concerned about her. Odd. And the other thing is this, too. Like, if you didn't know her or you guys, you had no idea or anything like that, still, your instinct would be like, oh, this person, you might need to assist them. You know what I mean? Because clearly, you know what I mean? She's pregnant. She's a lady. Well, she's not a lady, but you know what I'm saying. Please, let's come on. Then, think about this, too. And supposedly, she's so pregos. That means he knows what she's going through at home. She knows about the cramps and she can't get comfortable and the position, you know what I mean? And I'm hungry and she got to go pee every 10 seconds. You know what I'm saying? Do you know what I mean? Like, you see that at home, and then that's not going to translate into your outside demeanor. Oh, but he had to, but he'll do all this other nonsense. Okay, so so put a pin in that. Then put a pin in this. okay? They have been gone more than they have been home. Last year, if you remember, when they went to, I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was New York, and then they went to that stupid billionaire island that was closed for no apparent reason. They're sitting there walking around on this empty, closed place. It's like, what two parents, okay? Both parents are just going to leave their whatever it was, 2.5 or 2-year-old and a 4-year-old allegedly with Dorito? Is that the story that we're supposed to buy? Dorito, the absentee mother for 10 years who had to take, don't forget, pin in this, grandparenting lessons. Have you even ever heard of grandparenting lessons? Of course not. These were I can't remember if it was $3 or $5 or $6,000 I'm in the wrong business. The $6,000 grandparenting lessons that Dorito allegedly took with a professional grandparent lesson teacher. Okay, and they brought the lady's name up, so there's a corroboration there, so you can't, you know what I mean? So if that lady gets questioned, you know what I mean? The jig is up, as they say. So Dorito needs to take grandparenting lessons. So you're gonna tell me a Dorito, Conchito Consuelos Gonzalez, the lady who got her degree at 73 years old, this is going to now be the watcher of a 2 and a 4-year-old? Really? Really? Or the nannies are going to help? By the way, who trusts nannies? I don't care. I don't care the credentials. I don't care anything. A mom and a dad, maybe a night, but you'd have cameras everywhere, whatever the deal is, you know what I'm saying? But 7 weeks away from the little people with little hands that smell like cabbage and all this stuff, little people that do little things and all that jazz. It is so preposterous. Their stories, okay? Then, also, think about this too, okay? Think about this. Scheissmeist, when she did her blog, right? She does the TIG, okay? I know I'm kind of going all over the place, but there's a reason. She does the TIG. It's about food, fashion, and travel, okay? It's not about women's empowerment, all right? Now, think about this. Scheisty tells the same stupid story. Okay, here's the other thing. You want to put another pin in this? This is going to be a long video. I'm in a mood. Think about this. Scheisty, okay, has traveled a lot, has been in Hollywood, all these things, been to all these places, knows all these people allegedly, and all this jazz, right? Spoke at all these different things and all this jazz, whatever. The best story you've got in your life, and she's what, late 40s, early 65, something like that. The best story that you've got in your life is about some bullshit class project when you were in grade school that there's no proof of, that nothing ever happened, and there's no way to even quantify some result out of it. It sounds like a bunch of hooey, and that's the best story that you got, even on South by Southwest, right? Which was this year, beginning of this year, where they took Katie Couric out of the mothballs, they dusted her off, and Katie Couric was like, Meghan, Meghan, why don't you tell that story? That story where that one story the story. Like, yeah, bitch, the only story that she ever tells, that story, and she tells it with glee. Here's my point. If she, think about this, okay? If she went through any of the steps of motherhood, all right, all the things, and you guys know what I'm talking about, right? She would have an entire empire. You would have, not only that, you would have content, you would have things to talk about, you could do films that would help empower, new moms. Here's some steps that I learned. This might help you out. Here's a book, blah, blah. Here's my favorite products. Here's my favorite this. You know what I mean? She's hustling all these, or shilling all these ridiculous clothes that nobody's gonna buy. You know what I mean? Her investment is into a siesta collective. Yeah, it's brilliant. We take a really poor country, we pay them nothing, and then they get shipped to another country, and then we upsell them by 5,000%. Yeah, real genius business model. Nobody's ever heard of that. It's sustainable. Okay, please. Imagine the empire. First of all, this is a lady that can't think of any, she couldn't figure out how to do 12 more episodes of a podcast to make 16 or $12 million or whatever the hell it was. To collect that. They can't think of jack shit to do on Netflix. Polo. That's the best they've come up with. Polo, for Christ's sakes. Could you imagine the amount of content she could have about that? And by the way, here's the other thing. You know how big the market is? Do you know how big the market is for parents, kids, all that stuff? By the way, there's constantly new people entering that every single day that need help, that need advice, that need, freaking hilarious boy, man. Coño. How'd you, Alec. Oh, jeez, please don't talk to me. I'm 79 years old. Why do I have 10 kids? Alec, how'd you say, is it cool? Hilaria, please stop the bullshit. You're from Boston. Alec, I told you don't say that to me, okay? I don't like it when you talk to me like that, Alec. I don't like it. Oh, Hilaria, please. Please. You've got all my money. Please, just leave me alone. Let me sleep. Hilaria, I'm the Rachel Dolezal of, Latin America or whatever. I'm from Boston, and I'm cosplaying as a Spanish person. That whole grift is unbelievable. I'm surprised Hilaria and Shiesty don't make like a power transformer to be like an uber grifter. You know what I mean? They could like combine forces and shit. But imagine this, Shiesty would actually have to have little ones that are little. So my point is this, Hilaria Baldwin, who's a laughingstock and an outed phony, okay? She's a professional dancer. Where'd she dance? Nobody knows. I'm a dancer. I just say. I don't know. I don't know how to say where it was. I don't know how to say. I don't know the names. Anyways, my point is this: if this lady had anything regarding anything that had to do, put another pin in this, their own stupid story that H wrote in his book about the 2 hour, Domino's 2 hours or less, or the next pregnancy's free story where she was in a tub, had a, they got, the deal. All of this shit, finally, somebody actually has the balls to say something out loud. This is what it takes. By the way, I'm just scratching the surface. The glacier is below the surface. I'm on top of the glacier, okay? And this is what it takes for people to kind of dawn in their head. My point is this. She would have an empire. By the way, you would not have to show the little ones. You could just tell your story. Everybody could maintain their privacy. Right? You're not talking any crap about anybody. Nobody's feelings are getting hurt. And you're just helping moms. And you would actually have something to talk about. And she doesn't. And that's my whole point. So right then and there should tell you everything. Now, let's get to this. Okay? So this is on Talk TV. Right? And like I said, you know what I mean? They go back and forth. They were at a point in time. They seem like they've turned a corner, if you will. But they were one day they were like, maybe he could go back. And then the next day they're like, he'll never be able to go back. People are too soft. No offense. Now let's get to this, all right? So here we go. So this is the thing. They finally said something on the show. Here we go.
with the Queen? And if they did, were they ever released?
I can't explain that. It's because they don't exist.
You know what?
Archie and Lilibet, just figments of Harry and Meghan's imagination. Just figments of Harry and Meghan's imagination.
Iconic photos of
Bang, right? Finally.
Kate going and supporting William at the polo with the kids and sort of changing them in the back of the car and just that sort of quintessential English lifestyle. Why weren't the kids there for the Netflix documentary?
Because I told you they don't exist.
Yeah, but Meghan...
Now, here's another thing. Think about this. At the polo thing, Scheissmeist is actually sitting in the back of a car looking like a kid with Nacho's kid. That's what she's doing. Like, why couldn't you bring your own little ones? Even if you brought help, why couldn't you? Well, you know, maybe they want to keep their privacy. Okay, I can get that. But still, you don't have to show them on camera. Do you know what I mean? You see what I'm saying? It's about time that people started calling out this nonsense. And with this can of worms opening up, it's now the actual floodgates are really gonna start pouring in. And now the real pressure is really gonna start pouring in. And now you're gonna see Scheissmeist and H, they're gonna be more stressed out than ever, because now they need to maintain that. If anything, this is gonna push them to be a tighter knit. And I'll tell you why. Because they have painted themselves into a corner that I don't think they know how to get out of. Anyways, let me know your thoughts. Hope you guys are all doing great. Hope you guys are all having a fantastic day. Who loves you, baby?
Who loves you, baby? You're beautiful.